Welcome back to Skyview High School. The Skyview Bobcats with the victory 56-55 over the Desert Hill Thunder. And we're joined right now up here in the box with the Cameron Doyle. And Cameron, congratulations first of all on the victory.
Thanks.
Well, first I just wanted to say, at the start of the game, Desert Hills really took you guys out of some of your sets, and you looked like you were more of the aggressor tonight and really getting to the basket and really set the tone for your offense. Going into it, what is it like when, they take you out of stuff and you really have to take charge of a game?
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the game, they were doing a lot to take away Mason. They were face guarding him, and they didn't want him to get the ball. And before the game, Mason just told me to be aggressive and look for my shot. So when they were overplaying him, I took advantage and was able to penetrate.
So far you guys are off to the 4-0 start, but what things do you feel like you need to work on, like individually as well as like team-wise?
I think end-of-game execution is something we're going to be practicing a lot. The last two games we've given up some leads, so that's going to be something we got to focus on. And we haven't practiced a lot, but I'm sure we'll get the X's and O's down.
So one of the things I've noticed, I remember watching, I get here early enough. Last year I remember watching you in the JV games, and you got a lot of playing time during the JV games. How has that translated to your game so far this season? What have you learned, with that experience and how to improve yourself?
Yeah, so playing JV last year, I got the opportunity to run the offense a lot more. So nights like tonight where Mason was in foul trouble and Sam was in foul trouble, and so just being able to handle the ball and distribute to other guys, playing JV gets you a lot more experience with that.
Well, one of the other things too, like you guys actually have an opportunity. Like before, you had the one game, then Thanksgiving, but this week you kind of get your legs back under you with some rest. You'll have some practices, but you've got the big tournament next week. You're going to face some tough teams there as well. How excited are you guys to be in that kind of a tournament, to face the top teams and see and kind of prove yourself, if you will?
Yeah. Well, it's been a good start. We haven't lost yet.
Yeah.
I'm super excited, but to go down there and be invited to play with those teams is an honor. To be, considered one of the better teams in the state. So we just got to go down there and keep the same work ethic we've had and play with heart, and hopefully we can pick up some wins.
Well, and like you say, I talk about the tough teams down there. You're one of those tough teams, or you wouldn't be there. You're the only 4A team that they decided to invite. So, kudos to you guys and your program. But before we let you go, why don't you give a shout out?
I got one thing.
Ryan's got something. Okay.
I remember your free throw down here.
Yeah.
That's all on John.
Oh, yeah.
Right before you took it, he goes, hey, let me say a fun fact about Cam.
Yeah, I did.
And then it didn't turn out so well. So you know what? It doesn't go against you.
I apologize. Your grandparents were my mission president in Phoenix, and so I thought I'd throw that out there like I was being intelligent, and I blew it, so I apologize. But who would you like to give a shout out to?
Just want to give a shout out to all the fans that came out. We have a good student section for preseason games. The crowd is really into it, and you can feel the energy. Oh, you definitely can with the road games you've had. Skyview's always had one of the best crowds. Yeah. We've seen that everywhere you guys go. So congratulations on the victory, and congratulations, and we'll see you the rest of the way. Thank you. So that was Cameron Doyle, who joined us on the postgame show tonight, and Coach Hilliard, another 1-point victory. I don't know if it does good for people that have bad hearts, but as far as your team goes, they're learning a lot as you go along with these close games.
We learned a lot tonight. We're learning how to win close games, and that's lots better than losing close games. And, we just got to learn how to finish. A couple times we had 6-point leads, and, we didn't execute some things defensively as well as we could have, but kudos to Desert Hills for executing that. And, we get 3 days of practice, so we got to work on some of those end-of-game situations, which I'm excited for. But we had a lot of guys step up tonight and do some really, really good things. Titan Saxton came in and gave us some minutes. Cam had to play the whole first quarter because Mason and Sam were in foul trouble, but Tatum and Caden and Kaysen and Evan, all those guys that come in, they deserve minutes, and they've been playing well, playing hard. It's fun to see some of those guys come in because the way we started the second half, down 7 on a 7-0 run. That's a credit to the kids, and gutting it out, playing some really good defense, and we were able to come up with some timely steals and some big rebounds. But it's nice to have Bracken Schumann in the middle. I'm glad he's on our team and not having to play against him, because he's doing well on both ends and taking up a lot of space and finishing well around the basket. It was a big pass by Mason when he got doubled in the corner, throws it to Bracken, and Bracken goes and finishes, and so that's a credit to Bracken and how far he's come, and I thought football helped him a lot with confidence and his strength, and I'm excited for what he's doing for us right now. But there's a lot of guys that did some really good things tonight.
Yeah, and me and Ryan had talked about it, and Ryan brought up the point. There was a lot of games last year that games didn't swing your way in those close games, or they ended up in overtime and they didn't go the way you wanted. But these guys have found different ways to win games when Phipps and Fallsville haven't. Like you said, other guys have stepped up. So that's nice to see as well.
Tatum's and one was great tonight. That was a big point in the game. So there's a lot of different guys that stepped up. It was fun to watch.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. We had a hard time discussing whether the Alta Bank player of the game should be Tatum Nill or if it should be Cameron Doyle. And we gave it to Tatum because of that three-point play. But Cameron, like we mentioned and just talked to him about, he got you off to the quick start with the aggressiveness to the bucket.
Yep.
But, Tatum Nill had the big three last night when you needed it, and then tonight with the three-point play.
I do agree. I agree 100%. So I'm happy for those kids. That's just a stepping stone, getting us to improve every game, every practice, everything we do, getting better, and I think we're doing that.
Well, like you said, you got 3 practices to go before you hit American Fork High School next week. You face Corner Canyon, the 6A champs from last year, right off the bat. But, should be
a real easy game. Yes. I'm not really worried too much about it. I'm only 4A team, and I don't know what the coach was thinking when he scheduled that, other than we have some great players. I'm excited to go down there and compete. Yeah. We have nothing to lose.
Sure.
It's just to go down there and lay it all out and go down there and get some wins and battle against the best teams in the state. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for the opportunity, and the kids are too, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be, a good confidence booster for your guys to already know that they're undefeated going into that. They're the defending champs from 4A. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. You're the only 4A team representing the state, so
it'll be
impressive.
Fun. Yeah, it'll be fun.
It'll
be great. Appreciate the fans. Appreciate you guys coming out. Appreciate the fans. Great student body that we have. I don't have many home games. I think we're down to, we got 6 home games left is all when you look out at the season, so it's kind of crazy. One more preseason home game, and then you got your 5 region games. So should be fun. This is what high school ball is all about. Get the fans out here, come out on a Friday night and have some fun cheering for your buddies. And so I appreciate the fans and parents coming out. And I appreciate all the parents for their support of the tournament this weekend. And I appreciate Cache Valley Bank. I know it's been mentioned a few times, but I sure appreciate them and their sponsorship of this tournament. Without them, it's not possible, so I appreciate it.
Well, Coach, Ryan's got one more question.
It seemed like right at the start of the game, we had a few people attack, but we were kind of around waiting for Mason to do his stuff, and he must have made some adjustments because you came out right at the bat and started setting screens for him. Mason started scoring, but yet he's assisting with the pick and rolls.
Well, he's going to draw a lot of attention, and he's going to draw a lot of double teams, and it's going to be not the first pass, but the second pass to find the open guy that's going to make things easier for everybody else. And so, we just got to realize that, and he realizes that, and he also is learning that the better screen he sets, the more open he's going to be later on in the offense. So it's a progress, and the kids are getting better at it, and we learned a lot tonight, so it was good for us.
4-0, who needs practice?
Yeah, we do.
We do. All right, well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and we'll see you down at American Fork.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so again, the Bobcats victorious 56-55. Ryan, any final thoughts before we get off the air tonight?
No, just a fun game to watch and a fun team. If any fans out there haven't seen this Bobcat team yet, come and watch it. They're really good, and a lot of things that even you don't get to see that Coach will attest to. They're good friends off the floor. They have each other's back at all times, and that's what's going to make this team really dangerous.
Well, for Cameron Doyle, for Coach Hilliard, for Diana Young, and for Ryan Grunig, I'm John Newbold. Have a great night, everybody. We'll be back on the air Thursday afternoon around 4:45 as the Bobcats tip-off at 4:55 as they take on the Corner Canyon Chargers from American Fork High School Thursday afternoon. We'll have that game right here on 1390 AM and 106.9 FM, The Fan.
This Skyview Sports broadcast has been a presentation of Sports Talk Radio. 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan.